The swamp. A lot of friends have called me and asked me, say, Chico, I want you to explain to me what does it mean, the swamp? And I want to know why you call it the swamp. I mean, some of these guys, let me tell you this, I get people from all different walks of life. The elite people that I like to work with, they don't even know what the swamp is. They don't give a shit about the swamp. They are living its life at the very top. So the ones that I usually want to know what the swamp is are going to be new people that get into the breed and they start going to those forums. And the ones that don't have the IQ to understand by themselves and see that this is like a conversation of baboons that don't make any sense, and you can see the quality of the conversation, everything else, to say, you know, most smart people will leave, but some people kind of stay engaged into that, and sometimes it's not their fault, it's just where they come from. You know, a lot of times we come from the hood, we come from the ghetto, we come from the barrio, and we need to make a process, we need to make a change in our lives. And as we get older, if life is good and we keep improving, we look back and we look at those guys, we look at the top and we say, man, that was the swamp, right? And so some of these guys are 20, 30 years old, they're pretty young, and they still don't understand what the swamp is. And they're going to find that if they understand what the swamp is in the American Pitbull Terrier, they're going to understand the swamp in other venues in their lives, in other things in their life. They're going to find the same behavior of people. And basically the swamp is those individuals who are absolutely negative to take the American Pitbull Terrier to a level of excellence. Those guys that interrupt the building of the highest quality of the American Pitbull Terrier. Those guys that when there is quality control, they're okay with everything. They're okay with the, you have them in different levels, right? Let me tell you this. They're okay with the blue dog. They breeding the blue dogs. They are fake pit bulls. And some of them didn't know about it. Now they find out through my teachings that those blue dogs are actually fake. But they're already in it and they're making a profit. So, because some of them call me, we talk, and they're like, yeah, you know, but this is what I'm doing. This is to support my family, blah, blah, blah. And those guys are using the name of Pitbull. And those are not real pit bulls. Those are absolutely mutts. The word Pitbull is attached to a dog in America of greatness, of excellence, of courage, never give up, you know, just the very best dog in the world. And those guys are using that name Pitbull to get some clout, to get some validation of level of quality on that dog that is going to be usually attached to courage and being a great pet. And then the dogs are actually mutts, very cowards. They confuse gameness with a dog that has drive. They confuse gameness with a dog that wants to attack somebody or something like that. That's not gameness. That's absolutely not gameness. And so the swamp also is the people in the past which were selling dogs to anybody. They didn't care. They say, oh, I'm a badass, a dog man, whatever. They call themselves dogmen. They just being dog owners, really shitty dog owners, keep the dogs in the chains, let them die on the chains. You find them, you put dog fighting bust on Google, and you keep fighting the same people. Take a look at those guys when they arrest them. They all look the same, and they're all gamblers, dog fighters. They're not doing anything for the breed. And those are the same guys who call themselves dogmen. Some of those swampers, they already got caught dog fighting multiple times, but they are there on YouTube and in, you know, different channels on Facebook, making their videos like, oh yeah, we're for the breed, yeah, we're for the game, we're for the 4x4. That is the swamp. Those supposed to be kennels. Their name is absolutely garbage. They make up these kennel names. These people, which are the breeders, that I call them the fast and the furious, have a little bit more ability to talk and speak, have a convincing manner, and they have a reputation of selling dogs to a lot of people. And when you have some unexpected, naive person that get advice from some dummy that tells them this guy is a good breeder, they go to that person, they sell him a cheap dog, $500, $1,000, $2,000, they sell them some mutts, and they coach them. Yeah, you're going to be a dog man. You can breed this to that. They make them the whole freaking breeding plan. And they make this guy into a mutt breeder. Those dogs will trickle down, water down, and end up going to someone that wants to create a project of mutts. I would have no problem with none of these blue dogs, none of these XL dogs, none of these double X's, micro dogs, Coca-Cola sized dog, no legs, can't walk dogs. I wouldn't have any problem with them if they never use the name of American Pitbull Terriers, if they never use the name Pitbull in order for them to make their propaganda in order for them to make their splash on the water, because it is a lie. You look at the news, the guy in Compton, California, that got a breeder of mutts, that got killed by his own mutts, and the news says pitbulls. Well, the news is erroneous calling these dogs pitbulls, but the owner himself used to call them pitbulls to the clients that were coming in looking for a pitbull. They were bullies, mutants. The guy, that day we talked on the phone, he called me upset because I had taken one of his pictures, posted it, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm trying to do the best I can for the breed, for my dogs. I live in Miami, the dogs were forbidden, so I ended up breeding these Coca-Cola sized dogs, these mutants. But, everything started because, the bully, they wanted to make a dog that was not aggressive as an American Pitbull Terrier and done by people." The guys that did that with the bullies were people that they didn't want the dogs to be aggressive towards people. Those dogs that they call pitbulls, they never met a real pitbull. Real pitbulls are not aggressive towards people. The real dogmen in the past, the really good ones, I didn't say real by being popular or because they own books. There's a lot of shitty breeders that they are on books. Dogs like Chinamen. Who the hell breeds Chinamen? The dog is a man biter. Oh, but they're looking for a good dog fighter. These stupid asses. You're talking about Zebu, man biter. They bred him. All these terrible man biters that they keep breeding. Absolutely a shame. Absolutely terrible. And that's how they destroyed the breed. So all these different movements that destroyed the breed are the swamp. But everything started in America. These dog fighter thugs, they call and say, "Oh yeah, man, I just came out of the can. I was doing a bit. They took my dogs. My old lady gave my dogs away, my this." They don't care about their dogs. What bloodline you're running? Somebody's a loser when he tells you what bloodline you're running. And the reason is because he tried these, didn't work. He tried that, didn't work. They call it running, So you try these. These are like, disgusting people that are actually destroying the American Pitbull Terrier. They didn't allow the dog to develop like the dog developed with me. They didn't allow the dog to go to the next level, become a super dog. My dogs have been great pets forever. Take a look at Atos. He's alive. Atos is a global grand champion. There is not a single dog in America on his level. And the dog is a super pet, super dog, loving with people, and a war hero. That's a real American Pitbull Terrier from a great man that planned the breeding. You look at the pedigree, take a look what it took me to breed this dog called Mechanic Buck, his father, and how accurate I was when I said I'm going to breed this male to this female and they'll be grand champions and champions in the litter. The person that took it to Ukraine, that took the female to Ukraine, the mama, the dogs were born in Ukraine, Nicola Kowalchuk says, "I never forget, Chico told me, you just bred these dogs and there is champions and grand champions on this belly." And everything he said, the way he said it, Chico said it, it came out to be a fact. So when you look at and you ask me what the swamp is, the swamp is those pretenders out there, because you too pay these fools. These baboons get paid by super shots. They get paid by clicks, and you could have a circus and a whole bunch of followers. If you want to have anything and you put in YouTube, you're going to have an audience of morons, and they're like a little light in the middle of the night that attract the bugs. And so there'll be the little zombies like mosquitoes. They'll go and attach to these swampers. And one thing that is common with the swampers is that when you come and you ask one of those swampers, "What have you done for the breed? Give me 5 names of your grand champions, your dogs of the year, and all the great things you have done for the breed." And you're going to find these swampers very upset with you. You're going to find the swampers are going to tell you to go F yourself. The swampers are going to be talking about their friends' dogs. They're going to be talking about somebody else's dogs. The swampers are going to be very upset. The swampers are upset with me right now. The swampers, you swampers watching this video right now, are upset because I disturb the pod. I'm a disturber. I come in, I raise the bar, and the swampers look really, really bad. And I'm working to save the real American Pitbull Terrier, the highest level of it, and bring a culture of great people that love excellence. I am an option for greatness. The swamp is the option for crap. That's what it is. So smart people are going to flock to me, and the shitty people are going to flock to the swamp. It's pretty simple. That's how it works. So for those students of the breed that want to know what the swamp is, this video is for you. And if the swampers got offended with everything I said because they spent 20 to 30 years pretending to be a good person and they confuse activities with results, your activities didn't give you results for you to be anything more than a really bad dog owner, or maybe a good owner, or maybe a dog fancier. It's not my fault that you didn't meet me when you were young. It's not my fault that I didn't want to sell your dog because you stink. It's not my fault that you learned from the wrong person. It's not my fault that you were born in this era. It's not my fault that your neighbor told you the dog next door, which is a blue, a bully, or a Merle, that is a great Pitbull, and you learned it the wrong way. My job here is to bring the facts, to bring the truth, and for people that watches this video here, that observe this video, that study this video, get the facts, get to know that it's a great dog called the American Pitbull Terrier, the real deal, from a branded breeder, from a branded dogman, from a man that created records and created the best American Pitbull Terriers ever in history by taking it to another level. I did that. I'm here to provide great human beings the best dog experience of their lives. You can talk to my customers, they'll tell you, I never had a dog like this. They tell you that all the time. I never had experience like this. People tell you, I'm 35 years with some mutts, with blues, with the Merles, with all the stuff. Now I got a dog from Chico Lopez. It's absolutely different. And then you got some swampers, ex-swampers from the 1970s or 1980s that now today are older and they are entrepreneurs. And they're coming to me and saying, Chico, the dog I got from you, I don't have any dogs. They bought a dog from me, they qualify because they're not into anything illegal. And they great people sign a contract against anything illegal. And they joined the dogs that they bought from me. Said, never got a dog better than your dog, Chico. I thought that you were lying. I thought that you probably were putting too much salsa in the tacos. But your dog's really that great. So for you guys who want to know what the swamp is, this video is for you. And for the swampers, no apologies. I never give a crap about you. I'm not your friend. I don't hang around in the swamp community. And you can hate as much as you want to. Because haters, when they talk about me, they bring me good people. My name is Chico Lopez. 1, 2, 3. The number 1, the number 2, the number 3. 1, 2, 3. Easy. 1, 2, 3. Pitbulls.com. Chico Lopez. 806-500-5552. We not, listen to me, I am a freaking Pitbull.